about to get started. I'm about to get started. I ain't got my thumbnail up. There we go. Tell everybody you know to bring their whole ass in here. Say, bring your whole ass in here. The one on. There we go. Okay, I'm ready now. What's up, saints and sinners? What's up, you sinners? How y'all doing? This dude, Andrew Schulz, is out of his cotton picking mind. Let me turn some music on. Andrew Schulz, for those of you who don't know, is a guy that has like some bullshit ass podcast, and he do comedy and shit. But he's this guy right here, this Nazi sympathizer looking guy right here. I'm not calling him a Nazi, but he definitely looks like a Nazi sympathizer, even though his last name is Schulz. This guy right here is mad at Kendrick for saying that white people can't talk, don't let no white comedian talk about black women, that's law. You know, so it looks as if Kendrick not only is pissing Drake off and people like Drake, Kendrick is pissing off them folks too. And that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. Hold on, let me turn this shit. There we go. That's a good thing. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to play what the dude said, why he mad, and he even went into talking about how he want to man fuck Kendrick. Yeah. It went from him being angry about being talked about to... Now, the thing is, he wasn't even talked about. Kendrick said, don't let no white comedian talk about black women. He didn't mention not near one white comedian. But Gary Owen, you know, took offense. Well, hollered like a hit dog. And Andrew Schulz hollered like a hit dog. When Kendrick dropped that line, most black people weren't thinking about Andrew Schulz because most black people don't watch Andrew Schulz. Charlamagne the God and his homeboys are probably the only ones, and Coons. So anyway, before, I don't want to get too far out of the way, because it's a lot. I really do not want to play the whole video, because it's a lot I can talk about in the video, but I want to get to key points and certain points within the video, and oh man, I lost it. Okay, it's still here. All I had to do is go back. So we're going to play and pause, and talk about what he's talking about. But before I do that, thank y'all for joining again. Welcome, chat room. Welcome. I appreciate y'all for joining. You can go to blisscapsules.com, type in product code DeWanB, all right, for the legal Egyptian lotus. You dig? Also go to DeWanB.com. I still have 15%. I still have 15% off my entire shop. And if you type in the product code Black Friday, for all of my courses and classes, they're 35% off. All that stuff right now at DeWanB.com. Book your reading at breakthroughcards.com. Also, go to intellectualpower.net. But we're gonna talk a little bit more about intellectual power in about 30 minutes. But in the meantime, let's go. So This is where we at. Oh, this is yesterday. I still got yesterday's screenshot up. This is where we at with it right here. So, Andrew Schulz, someone who, in my opinion, just my opinion, looks like a Nazi apologist with that mustache. And based on the way he talks, seems like one. But again, appreciate everybody in the chat room for joining. Brooke, truth be told, thank y'all for jumping in. Lisa, Unsunken One, appreciate y'all. And whoever I didn't say, I appreciate you too. But I don't want to be doing 15 minutes of shout outs. I'll be watching, listening to some channels. I'll be like, man, get to the goddamn show. I'm just playing. All right. Oh, I didn't airdrop this to myself. So what I'm gonna do is first off, I have to put up a screen because I don't want to get goddamn no strikes. So let me put up something on the screen that we're gonna get started. All right, let me go back. Let me here. And don't you hate when you open up a window in your computer and that motherfucker close? Ah, damn. All right, here we go. So this is a picture of the panel. I'm gonna put this picture up, and then we're gonna break things down as they say it. All right. Okay, where did them timestamps go? Here we go.
Ain't protecting nobody.
Place. All right, let's see the exact line, okay?
Here we go.
We're back, baby!
Go up some.
Yeah! Listen, we got beef. We got beef. Finally, we got a beef worth responding to.
Finally.
All these little peons on the internet talking shit. I don't give them no love. A comedian telling a joke and be like,
all right, here we go. Here we go.
Yo, okay?
Is it on there?
Now listen, no, guys, we gotta take this serious.
Yeah.
Listen, rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women, so we gotta really.
And
we're back, baby! Yeah! Listen, we got beef. We got beef. Finally, we got a beef worth responding to.
Finally.
All these little peons on the internet talking shit. I don't give them no love, but this guy right here.
What happened?
What do you mean? What happened? Have you not, been listening to music lately?
I've heard some.
There's a pretty big thing going on.
Huh?
Yeah, between Kendrick Lamar.
Talking right here.
Laws were written.
Laws were written.
Laws were written.
I don't like him pretending he doesn't know what the fuck's going on with his little milk mustache. It's just been pissing me off. Okay?
Is it on there?
Now listen, no, guys, we gotta take this serious. Listen, rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women, so we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're the most pious group.
Listen, nobody has respected women more.
You love
through art.
Yes.
Than rappers.
So let's start off right here. First off, Andrew Schulz isn't coming correct. This is literally the beginning of the podcast, right after the opening credits. Y'all guys, they talk about it in the front part. This is literally after the opening credits. So what you guys just heard was how he started the podcast, all right? How he started the show. And what he's saying is he's making it about comics. He's making it a comedian on rapper battle. So already off top, he's starting with a fallacious argument. He's coming with a straw man. He's coming with post hoc, ergo proctor hoc. He's coming with leading man. There's so many fallacies he's starting off with. Starting off with making it seem as if there's just this innocent comedian saying an innocent joke about this innocent group of people. No. Kendrick was very clear. He said, don't let no white comedian talk about black women. That's law. Let's play the lyrics. Let's play the lyrics. I want to make sure y'all hear this part. I could play one line. Let me see here. I know it was towards the end of the song. Here it is.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman as law. I know.
This is the line that he's mad at. That's the line that he's mad at. That line right there.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman as law.
That line pissed him off. You know what really pissed him off? The fact that there's a black man standing on his own 2 feet and drawing a line in the sand. And you see how much it irks him, just that line. See, the kind of dudes that hang around the guy is like dudes like Charlemagne the God, or Charlemagne I kind of call him because he's not that. Charlemagne the good boy is what we'll call him. Charlemagne, we all looking at you. We've always looked at you funny style. We about to really start looking at you funny style now, even more so. Seeing how you respond to this. Because the little I've seen their show back when they were the Brilliant Idiots or whatever show, Charlemagne talks but he always concedes to Andrew. So those are kind of black dudes that people like Andrew Schulz like being around. But you see off top, the level of anger and frustration that they have off that one little line in hip hop. Let's keep going.
Okay?
Absolutely.
So
As a matter of fact, I'm going to speed it up a little bit so we can get through more. I'm going to go to about 1.25 so I can get through more.
completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all I need to switch that shit up.
Yeah.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? Be more like us and, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my bitch with a stick. What?
So now he's bringing up 30-year-old lines from other artists and conflating that. This is where he's coming in with conflation. You're conflating what some other rapper said and saying, oh, because some rapper said something, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. When Kendrick was in elementary school, I, as a white guy, therefore I should be able to talk about black women. Do y'all see the reach? And why do you need to even make jokes about black women? You have more than enough funny going on in your own community. All the incest in your community, all the welfare in your community, all the weaves in your community, all of the backstabbing and thievery and stealing from the women in your community. You got a whole lot to talk about before you get to us and our women. But let's keep going.
You can lick on the nuts or suck the dick. I beat my bitch with a stick. What?
Did you just think of that?
That's a real lyric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a real lyric from music that protects women. And for
now he's putting it on the music. For music that protects women. As a matter of fact, there is a lot of hip hop that does protect women. It's a whole lot. Outkast, Ice Cube. They were even when you go into later Snoop, after he got into his 40s. But you see here the conflation. He's trying to conflate he's trying to conflate a genre of rap with Kendrick using this art form as a means of protection of our community, which it once was before it was bastardized by your people. This is why it's offensive when he talks like this. And we got to make it very clear the reason why people like Andrew Schulz can't talk to us like this. It's Andrew Schultz's community that came in and poisoned our music. It's his community. It's his community. Before your community infested itself in our music, we were singing music like this. That was our music. That's what we was singing about. That's what our music was about at Philadelphia International when it didn't have corruption from your community, Andrew Schulz. What's up, Herbal Intellect? I appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. That's what our music was on before your community, Andrew Schulz, got y'all hands in it. When we got into Bitches Ain't Nothing But Hoes and Tricks, that was released and commissioned by your community. Our community, when we put out the music for our people, had a much, 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 much higher standard. We didn't talk like that to each other in our music. We didn't talk like that. We talk on my mind. Pretty flower. Pretty flower. I love that shit. That's a Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes. You're always on my mind. Pretty flower. And I think of you. That's how we do our music, Andrew Schulz, before your community got their grubby hands involved. So, what I don't like is you want to talk about the end result of a poisoned well, but not who poisoned the well. It's that white boy community you in. I don't talk about religions. It's called white supremacy. Those who identify as white acting in a supreme manner over people considered non-white. And punching down on people considered non-white. People who classify themselves as white, who benefited from the spoils of war, from the benefits of whiteness. Your community. Let's keep going.
Decades protects what, and listen, right now the guy on top, Kung Fu Kenny.
He is the guy on top.
He is making sure that comedians, he put a law in.
Yeah.
He put a law in place. All right, let's see the exact line, okay? Don't let...
See, here it is. So just so you know, I'm not bullshitting. I'm going to just go to the screen. They put the line down here. See, this is the line they're talking about. All right? So just so you know that I picked the right line, that's the line that they're having an issue over. Got too many goddamn screens open. You ever have too many screens open on your computer? Hold on. All right, so let's go back and play that part. Keep playing. Well, I don't want to look at that motherfucker. Let's go.
No white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law. Now, technically speaking, if we're going off of grammatic English,
okay,
he is saying, I can talk about black women, and that is law.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black women.
So he's basically saying all white comedians
are only allowed to
talk about black
exclusively.
And here's the thing. I be in these this is why I don't go on an open mic scene in comedy anymore, because partially is because you got to deal with. Do you know how many of these white boys coming up want to be Andrew Schulz? And these non-white and non-black comedians, they get their rocks off by bringing up. They love talking about black male genitalia, and they love trying to find a way to sneak in the N-word. These people are always up to some fuck shit. And so what's going to happen is this week in comedy, there are going to be some mics where some white people going to have to, might, I can just foresee, because I know how them niggas are at the open mics. This is why I don't go to them anymore. But I can foresee some white comedians getting slapped up. because this technicality that Andrew Schulz is putting out there grammatically, yeah, we're gonna do it. I guarantee you. Appreciate the Cash App, Jeff Smith. Appreciate the Cash App. And y'all can Cash App me right now, $ Dewan B1. Let me know you love me. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna see white boys trying these jokes. This is what he's encouraging, Charlamagne the guy, and all you niggas that like being around these kind of white boys. Let's keep going.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a law.
Finally, he understands
it's
it.
a law.
Now I understand why he's doing a comedy with the South Park creators.
Ah, that makes
Because
sense.
he appreciates white comedians and make fun of black people.
There you go.
And they've done that brilliantly for decades.
Yeah.
So now he's trying to compare himself to the creators of South Park. He loves white comedians that make fun of black people. What South Park does and what you're trying to do, Nazi sympathizer looking Andy, are two different things. You don't. First off, when Andrew Schulz, when Kendrick said that, he's talking about people like you who we know are on that bullshit. He ain't making no money off of you. You're not doing anything. These white comedians ain't doing nothing to advance the lives of anybody black. So yeah, as black people, we have to work within a system of white supremacy. So we have to pick and choose which white supremacists we gonna work with from day to day. Hell, Universal is a white supremacist style distribution company based on how they promote their artists. That's just based on my point of view, my thoughts. Not saying I'm 100% right. I'll be wrong sometime. Just my thoughts. As black people, that's the unfortunate position we're in. Between the shoes we wear, hell, if we pay our water bill, we paying our water bill to a white supremacist water company. Our gas bill, it's not a level we can go as black people to escape having to do business with the white supremacists. But you don't get to draw that line, Mrs. Schulz. Let's keep going.
And he would never want to, break one of his own laws.
No, that's true.
I mean, did they have a character called Token on the South Park show?
Yeah, they do.
Which I'm sure Kendrick is a big fan of.
That's true.
So he's now saying Kendrick is a fan of Token. Token was the one black kid that was on South Park that can go and play the bass. So Andrew Schulz in some ways is trying to call Kendrick a token. Y'all see how this works? White boy gets in his feelings because a black man throws something out there. Kendrick just threw it out there. Black man throws out, hey, have some fucking respect. And you see this? He's calling that black man who's demanding respect a token while kickling and cackling with a token. Black dude on the set. Look at that nigga that's cheesing. That nigga on the set just... I wonder where he from. Let me see. Let's keep going.
He must be a big fan if
true.
he's going to do a comedy with them. I mean, we can look that up. Apparently, he has a comedy coming out.
Yep.
yeah, that's fact.
But Al, you're getting groomed right now. We need to ungroom you.
Yeah, you are.
We need to ungroom you right now.
Let's see.
Okay?
Right now he's talking to the black dude. Because there was a line in that song also where Kendrick was talking about when in Squabble Up, I think it was at Wacced Out Murals. When he was talking about coons getting groomed. I don't want to play no more because I can only play 10 seconds of the song, so I don't want to run over that. But let me see if I can find it. That line. Let me see it. Now I can't. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This line right. This is the line. I'm gonna play this. I'm trying to get away playing this part. This is the line that Andrew Schulz. Let me put it on the screen. Let me do that. This is the line he mad at right here. Let me change screens. Right here. This is the line he's about to talk about next. Right here.
The niggas that coon and niggas that being groomed, slide on both of them.
Niggas that coon that's being groomed, slide on both of them. Now, slide means a specific thing in Black American vernacular. But let me go back to so you can hear this part that he's about to say. Let me put this back up. There we go. Listen to this part right here.
I mean, listen, because he sent people, he said slide on. What he said, slide on, where's the line? Where's the line? He goes, let me get it. I'm so old I had to squint my eyes. And that was not a racist joke. Okay, the N-words that coon,
So here.
N-words that being groomed, slide on both of them.
See? Listen to this.
Whoa, that seems like a call to violence.
It does.
Why would he call to, if he's about protecting Black people, why would the call to violence be towards the Black dudes, not the white guy making the joke?
Well, you got.
See that? You see what he just did there? You see the Karen shit this white boy just did? The part where Kendrick says slide on him, the white dude went right to violence. Let me tell you something, Andrew Schulz. Slide don't mean kill nobody necessarily. Slide on somebody is just coming up to their face and checking their temperature, what you really mean. See, this is why these people need to get them the fuck out of our culture, Charlemagne. Too comfortable. LA vernacular in South Central. Here's another rule of South Central LA. Kendrick from LA. So you niggas around the country like Andrew Schulz, take a lesson. Slide just mean in LA, this is the show me city. Meaning whatever you talking about, whatever you say you are, you better be it. If you banging, you better be banging. If you a hustler, then hustle. But whatever you are, be that. Because in LA, when people look at you and they feel you not who you are, or they just want to check and see who you are, we slide on you. Meaning we come up to you, break bread with you. It could just mean breaking bread. Let's go to lunch. But whatever it is, I want to see if you meant what you said. I want to see if you are who you say you are. And if you out of line, I want to reprimand you face to face so that there's no misunderstandings. Seven Simone, appreciate the Cash App. Much appreciated. That's what slide means. Slide is just, let me see if you really about what you just said. And if what you doing is some bullshit, if in this version, in this case right here on this song, if we go back to the song, in this case, slide on you means the niggas that coon, the niggas that's being groomed. This is why Andrew Schulz is so mad. It's saying, okay, the niggas that's being cooned, the niggas that coon, that's old boy with the dreadlocks. The niggas that's being groomed, that's Andrew Schulz. Slide on both of them. You notice Kendrick says slide on both of them. And he said, why? He talking about me? He talking about violence? No, he just saying, hey, what we talking about here? It ain't gotta be violent. We just want a clear understanding on what it is. That's why you slide on somebody. It's about a reckoning. Now, can it mean violence? Yeah. Does it mean violence some of the time? Oh, of course, of course. But a slide don't have to be violent. It just means let's talk. And all Kendrick is saying is this is a behavior in our community that needs to be checked. and you see how butt hurt they are. Let's go back. Let's listen to that part again.
Whoa, that seems like a call to violence.
You see how he likes to Karen? You see how quick these white boys go to Karen? You see that? Drake filing lawsuits. Now you got this Schulz guy talking violence, throwing dog whistles. You see how quick they throw dog whistles? It's very dangerous rhetoric.
Okay, I mean it, listen, because he sent people. He said, "Slide on." What he said, "Slide." Where's the line? Where's the line? He goes, "Okay, let me get it." I'm so old I had to squint my eyes, and that was not a racist joke. Okay, the N words that coon, the N words that being groomed, slide on both of them. Whoa, that seems like a call to violence.
It does.
Why would he call to? If he's about protecting black people, why would the call to violence be towards the black dudes, not the white guy making the?
He said slide on both of them. Both. See, this dude's trying to sound smart, and he ain't. These dudes like him are not smart. They just talk like they smart. He said slide on both of them. That means you too, Nazi sympathizer. Both. B-O-T-H. Both. But what it is, Andrew Schulz is trying to incite violence within the black community. That's what it is. He heard Kendrick say both. But you see how he's needling and trying to make it seem as if he's just talking about the black person, i.e. black on black crime?
Well, you gotta understand.
What?
No, you gotta understand.
Now, it's this Dinesh D'Souza looking motherfucker next to him. See, in order to, whiteness is the standard in America. And when you're dealing with these other groups, their job is to get proximity to whiteness. That's what they want. They want proximity to whiteness. But proximity to whiteness requires something. Proximity to whiteness requires that you be a de facto white supremacist. So now this person who, on another point of view, is going to be under some people of color shit. I'm sure everything that he's gotten in life has been off of some affirmative action, people of color nonsense. Listen to this dude side with the white boy. I appreciate the super chat, Famously Blacker. Much appreciated. Got the 50 yard. Listen to this.
Because I snitch, I cooperate, I tell.
Litigation.
Okay? You will squabble up in a jail cell. Here's what you gotta understand about Kendrick. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song with anybody that's suspected of abuse. He's never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure fucked and held captive underage black women.
Now, you got the person of color who looks like navel lint bringing R. Kelly into it, saying that, oh, now he wants to protect black women, but he hasn't done anything about R. Kelly, who was doing what he was doing. Shit, public announcement dropped in 89. Kendrick was born in 87. Oh yeah. So a guy who's been doing what he's been doing since Kendrick was 2 has to now stop what he's doing to protect all. You see how far-reaching these white supremacists and these wannabe white supremacists are? Literally bringing in R. Kelly. When all Kendrick said was, don't let no white comedian talk about black women, that's law. This dude isn't even white. He looks like Fievel from Fievel Goes West. You got this Fievel slumdog millionaire looking, whatever he is, victim of 9/11. I'm sure when 9/11 hit you, I guarantee you this motherfucker wasn't talking like this on September 12th, 2001. I guarantee you he wasn't talking this crash.
Hold on.
This is all very important to Kendrick.
Wait a minute, just let me understand what's going on here, because I think.
So yeah, So we got this is shit we got to deal with as black people. This is why I'm so glad DEI is done. This is why I'm so glad all that shit's done. Because we got somebody who's benefited from us demanding that the United States bring more colored people here. Somebody who's benefited from the affirmative action and all the laws that we created to get non-white people to be able to even work in this country. Damn the civil rights legislation. Let's go back to 1941 when A. Philip Randolph got non-white. It used to be to work a government job, a civilian job, you had to be white. Because President Woodrow Wilson made that mandate, I think in 1915. Woodrow Wilson basically made it where you can only be white if you work these government jobs. It was A. Philip Randolph in 1941 that threatened to bring over 2 million people to the National Mall in Washington, D.C. and march on President Roosevelt, that President Roosevelt conceded and signed it and allowed non-white people to work these government jobs. But you got, see, look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You got this Indian dude that wants the right to disrespect black women, but if I told him his mama's pussy smelled like curry, he'd be offended. He'd have an issue. Yeah, it wouldn't feel that way, would it? So, mind you, black people, we are the kings of comedy. We created stand-up comedy as is in America. We don't even think about it. We don't even talk about other races' women like that unless you got some nigga on stage talking about how many women of other races he fucked. And that be pissing y'all off too, because y'all know that when y'all women come to black men, they ain't fucking with y'all no more. So maybe that's why it offended y'all. Maybe that's why you white boys is offended. Because black people don't really talk about white women or other women like that. Only time black men really talk about y'all women is when black men talk about how many of y'all women we fucked. And maybe that's why you mad. Maybe that's why you so offended at this. Because we don't talk about y'all women in any disrespectful way. In no kind of, we don't talk about it in no disrespectful manner at all. At all. Other than we might say, if a black comic fucked around with this Kamala Harris Indian dude, we might see, hey, look, y'all women's taint is musty, because a lot of them women, especially fresh off the plane, they ain't got the deodorant thing down in America. How would you feel if we talked about that? It's this Kamala Harris looking motherfucker. The nerve of him. Let's keep going.
I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so fucking smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and of R. Kelly? And actually, in reality, he would take his own music off Spotify to protect R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Someone who's kidnapped,
a sexual
molested,
predator,
and black women?
Oof, children.
Are you saying that he's done songs with other men who have potentially put hands on black women?
Not potentially, confirmed.
Wait a minute.
So they're going back and forth. It's these two bozos going back and forth. You see how they like to bring up black people's ills and stuff? See how free they talk? You see how free they are? This is all from Kendrick Lamar not even talking about these two. He said, don't let no white comedian talk about black women, that's law. Wasn't even talking about, didn't even bring your name up, but you hurt.
Convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown, but yeah, whatever that is. Not
Now they bring up Chris Brown. You see how they just keep bringing up all this stuff? This is, hey, well, basically what they're saying is, we get to talk about black people because black people aren't perfect. And black people have a bunch of problems. And because black people have a bunch of problems that Andrew Schulz people created, by the way, we get carte blanche to talk about them. But if we talk about y'all, Like, if I talked about this guy right here, and like if we say some shit about him owning a 70, about his daddy, you know, getting head from a transvestite at 7-Eleven, behind a 7-Eleven, he would have an issue. What are you talking about? My people do not own all 7-Elevens. My people are engineers. We are doctors. We are not all 7-Eleven owners. You get real offended like a motherfucker, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Breezy, not breezy. I took a picture with Chris Brown. Hey, bro, I took a picture with him immediately.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
We ain't protecting nobody. Y'all can protect your fucking selves.
Everybody gets these jokes over here.
Yo,
he said everybody gets these jokes. Okay, go talk about them people that was them tunnels in New York. I remember them tunnels coming through that synagogues in New York last year. Last December, that story that went away out of nowhere. I didn't hear none of these people cracking jokes about that. About them tunnels coming out them synagogues. Because you know better. Yeah. Everybody gets jokes except for your people.
You guys been telling me for a year straight Indians fuck mud. What you gonna do?
Listen, they going down on it too. I've seen a lot of videos.
Indians fuck mud is a far different thing than calling and flat out disrespecting black women. And you know it. Let me see here. Almost time. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it basically they're basically trying to say, what about black on black crime? That's what they're trying to do here. Let's keep going.
Isn't that me in mud pussy, bro? If they literally put their head in the mud straight, reverse.
Well, hey, at least we're going down. Hey, at least we go down, Jamaicans. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know, watch out. Whoa. What the bumper cloud is going on? Can't call out Jamaicans for something they're proud of.
That's true. My bad.
You know what I mean?
So he calls the black guy, Slumdog Comic calls the black guy Jamaican. Slumdog Comic calls the dude on the left Jamaican. Listen to this part right here.
That's super racist. Al, can you speak on that as a Puerto Rican?
I believe I can fly out this podcast right.
So that dude's Puerto Rican. There we go. That's why he's just sitting there cackling. This motherfucker's a Puerto Rican. He don't see himself as black. You see how they work? You get a nigga that looks black up there, talk shit about black women, and because he doesn't see himself as black, he ain't gonna say a motherfucking thing. This nigga only see himself as black when it's time to play Biggie on the radio. Only time he see himself like, that's the only time he see himself as black. When it's time to talk about basketball and rap. Outside of that, this motherfucker see himself as Puerto Rican.
This is crazy, but keep cooking.
Al, we have to protect you. They're trying to slide on you, bro.
Whoa.
They're trying to. This is nuts, dude. This is.
Christopher Satchel wrote in the super chat, proximity to whiteness is cannon fodder. You goddamn right, Christopher. You goddamn right.
I listen, you're distracting.
That's that splish splash.
What is a splish splash?
So you see that part right there. Now from here, it gets a little
crazy.
You're welcome.
Here you go.
You are. How many views did I give him?
Now there we go. Let me see here.
You're alive. Where
I was not one of the Asians who said good luck on your special.
I'm just saying. What a time to be alive where rappers got to talk about comedians for clout.
God bless.
He's now you got the white boy saying rappers are talking about comedians for clout. You got one, like, listen to how self-aggrandizing he is and how self-important this dude is. He said, rappers have to talk about comedians for clout. First off, white boy, black music and comedy go hand in hand. And it's right here in my Black American Music family tree that you can get on sale right now on DewanB.com for 15% off. You see here, look real close, look real close. Right there, what do I have right above the baby? See what the baby is? You see what the baby is? What do I have in there? Stand-up comedy. Because if you've seen my documentary, It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, the Black American Music Family Tree, you know that stand-up comedy was created in the same juke joints and nightclubs as the blues, jazz, and all the other forms of music we created. Why? Because when you were performing for sharecroppers in the 1800s and the 1900s, playing the guitar wasn't good enough. In my interview with Mr. Bobby Rush, which is I'm about to put up on Patreon, I think it's up on Patreon. My Bobby Rush, he talks about that in the 40s, in the 50s. You know, you couldn't just sit down and play the guitar. You had to make people laugh. You had to be able to act. You had to sing, and you had to play an instrument. You had to have all of those because they'd have sketches and they'd have comedy. So that's why Richard Pryor could play the saxophone and the drums. That's why Bill Cosby was a musician. Moms Mabley was a singer. The guys that created the music, Moms Mabley is known as the first traditional stand-up comedian in America. But she was on tour with Muddy Waters and Little Walter. And Howlin' Wolf as a singer. Dance, that's all part of the same cultural admix. Comedy, dance, singing, acting, that's all part of the same admixture. They all go together. That's why Ice Cube's music was so funny. A lot of times, Ice Cube, it's a lot of comedy in Ice Cube's music. You had the original king of R&B, who was also a singer. What's his name? Louis Jordan. Let me see here. Songs like this. You had songs like this when it comes to comedy, and when it comes to Black American music and comedy, songs like this, like "Brother Beware" from Louis Jordan, one of the early R&B hits.
Now look, you see these women sitting out here with these white furs on and their silver blues and their diamond rings and all. Look, man, don't get stuck up with that. Look,
Go back and listen to this song, "Brother Beware." Well, Jack, if you're looking for a husband, and when she's trying to hook you and nobody's looking and she asks to taste her cooking, don't do it. And if you go to a show and she wants to sit in the back row, bring her down to the front. Bring her right down to the front. If you go for a snack and she wants you in the back, watch it. She's trying to hook you. This is a this is a song that is just basically a clowning song. Jokes have always been a part of our music. Here it is, BB King. You got music like this? We always clowning. Clowning is a part of our music. I don't want to soul. If your mama want to meet us, tell her to come on Sunday after church, because I don't want a soul in my home. That's part of our music, clowning, talking shit. And that's why you have a career, Andrew Schulz. Everybody sitting on that punk ass couch got a career because black people had a way of removing the comedy that was always in our music taking the music out, standing flat-footed on the stage and delivering jokes and make people laugh. That's the art that we gave you. And this how y'all talk? This how they talk.
Dude, like we are up right now.
God bless.
The biggest story about the album, outside of the album and people enjoying it, was a sub at a comedian? Yeah. And you don't even got to...
He said the biggest story of the album was a sub at a comedian. No, the biggest story of the album was Squabble Up. Talking about the East, talking about California. The biggest story of the album was all the California rappers that was on it. The biggest story of the album was how Kendrick is uniting the West. The biggest story of the album is Kendrick being able to win and take a dual victory lap without mentioning Drake's name. It's a lot of big stories on that album. This is what you were the most butthurt and offended at, Andrew Schulz. You, by no way, any means, were the biggest story of the album. Now, today, and maybe the next couple days that you've inserted yourself and you've clout chased yourself into this story, now for the next couple days, you're going to be one of the big stories. That's because, you're part of the algorithm. You're with the people that can get your name pushed into the algorithm. So they helped push your name into the algorithm. And so, yeah, you're going to be here for a couple days. But it ain't going to work the way you thought it was going to work, though, homeboy. I could almost goddamn promise you that. Because he's about to say some sick, grotesque shit. He might have been able to get away with a little bit of what he's saying had he not gotten to this next part.
I say my name and it still makes headlines?
It's crazy.
You're welcome. How many views did I give him, do you think?
A good chunk.
A little chunk?
Yeah.
They stole our mustard.
Taking credit. Ain't that what white boys do? Start shit, then take credit. Capitalize and take credit. Come in where you don't belong, where you're not welcome, not invited, and take credit. But this right here is where it gets real sick. It's about to get real sick right here.
Like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll fucking cut me up. They'll shoot. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick.
So now he brings in the gang stuff again. Oh, those other guys, they'll kill me. Like the fucking goofball that he is. Mr. BW, I appreciate the cash app. Appreciate the cash app. Said thanks for the education. I appreciate that. So listen here. This is where it gets sick. This is where it gets sick.
I would make love to him. There's nothing he can do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not.
Heard he just said? He just said, I could make love to Kendrick, and he will have to decide whether or not it's consensual. Now this white boy is going to rape. You see how hurt he is? This is where you lost it. You already were coming with some shit that no man can respect. No, because any man around the world understands respecting his women. Any man with balls, Indian men, Chinese men, Argentinian men, European men, black men, anybody with that got two nuts is going to protect his woman. And any man that got two nuts has no respect for a man that won't protect his woman. That goes for you, Slumdog Comic. While you kickling and cackling, you think that white boy respects you for not wanting to stand for your woman? This man goes to having sex, non-consensual sex with Kendrick. And listen to how detailed he gets.
That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we've done tattooing each other, whatever you do in a cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well fuck you. There's nothing he could physically do to stop that.
So now he's talking about because Kendrick is 5'5", there's nothing he can do to physically stop Andrew Schulz from raping him. So Spirit Smooth Tunes, appreciate the super chat. Y'all go hit up Spirit Smooth Tunes right now. Go hit up Spirit Smooth Tunes. But y'all see that? Y'all see that? These motherfuckers are sick. But what I need y'all to do right now is go to intellectualpower.net and get you some of these. This is some of the best mind vitamins I've ever had in my life. You know me, I like to keep my mind sharp. My mind gots to be sharp. And I ain't never seen nothing that keeps the mind sharp as good as Intellectual Power. Go to intellectualpower.net. It's pinned at the top of the chat. So if you look in the chat, you can click at the top of the chat. My mods should be posting the links very soon. Go to intellectualpower.net right now and get you some of these. I love this shit right here because it be like, ooh, it be giving you your energy be good. Like, not only is your energy good, it keep your motherfucking brain sharp. And I like having a sharp brain. You dig what I'm saying? So go to intellectualpower.net. All right, let's go. So this is back at what this dude is doing. So this dude is talking about butt fucking a grown man. See, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing told us this, didn't she? Everything with them is about dominance, sexual dominance. That's why they like the gun, the way the gun is shaped, the field goal post, the white ball, the black balls going in white hoops, white nets. Everything about the way the white supremacist operates is about sexual dominance, sexual deviance. So he's basically saying, Andrew Schulz is basically saying, since you want to put me in check, since you want to go around and stand for your women like any respectable man of any race would do, how about I just turn outright rapist? And look at him. Don't he look like one? I'm not saying he is. I don't know. All I'm saying is I would never put a woman I trust in the same room with him by themselves. And speaking of who people hang around, this dude hangs around Charlemagne, the lesser charge. I mean, Kwame Brown called him that. This dude literally has a podcast with somebody who's free right now on a lesser charge. And he's talking about Kendrick speaking up for black women. Your podcast partner is a lesser charge. So, is it much of a stretch between you having a podcast with a lesser charge and you talking like this? Did nobody tell you to talk like this, Andrew Schulz? This is a joke you're volunteering. This wasn't scripted. Wasn't nobody in the back saying, hey, I got a funny joke for you. Hey, I got a funny joke for you. What if you talk about raping him, but don't use the word rape. Just say that you'll sexually dominate him. Yeah. That didn't happen. You volunteered this shit. And your partner on the Brilliant Idiots is a lesser charged nigga. Now I'm really looking at you funny with that Nazi style mustache. Y'all see this? This nigga say he looks like a gay jewel thief. Y'all niggas is sorry. Gay jewel thief. Also, go to blisscapsules.com. Blisscapsules.com. Go here also. And if you type in the promo code, if you get 2, type in the promo code DeJuan. I think it's in caps. And then check out. You get 1 for free. You get a 3rd for free. All right? So buy 3, 1's on me with product code DeJuan. You dig? Type in 3, check out, boom. And then when you go, put in your shit, it's going to get, no, I think you buy 2, however you do it. Yeah, you buy 3. It should be working. It'll work on the checkout part. Put it like that. Buy 3, you get 1 for free. All right? Or buy 2, get 1 for free. They'll ship you a 3rd. Buy 2, they'll ship you a 3rd. You put in that DeJuan, all right? But Andrew Schulz is over here literally talking about sexual deviance. If that Dr. Francis Cress Welsing wasn't right all from Dr. Welsing, we when it comes to the great leaders of all time and the great thought leaders in Black American history, we got to put Dr. Francis Cress Welsing up there, man. She's up there with Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X, A. Philip Randolph. She's up there with the top of the top of the top. Booker T. Washington, Benjamin Banneker. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing told us when the ISIS papers dropped, this is how they think. And look at him. Look at him. I want to know what some of y'all think. I wasn't going to open up the phone lines, but I'm open up for a little bit. 323-744-7425. 323-744-7425. I want to know what some of y'all think. But in the meantime, let's keep going. Man, I don't have the phone number up here no more. Let's keep playing and play. Listen to this shit, and then I'll put the phone number up.
Put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe I'll let him choose a position.
Kendrick goes the edibles or something like that with a laughing crying emoji.
Every Black person that texts or calls, of course he listens, because he specifically, I think, was reacting to, in that Shits and Gigs podcast, which I think they're reacting to, I said something, I asked them if they dated Black women, they were like, oh, we date all women or whatever. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then I go, Kendrick fans, get him.
Yeah.
Thing that he could do to decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me.
What's up, caller? What's his name? Where you calling from? You there, caller? That motherfucker must have hung up. So, yeah, somebody else call back. 323-744-7425. 323 744 7425. There we go. Call in right now. 323-744-7425. But you see how it is getting worse. 7.
If it's me, Kendrick, no, this is about 50.
And look at the black dude is the one cackling the hardest. These people are sick, man. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this Kawan from Virginia.
Kawan from Virginia. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I just want to say that you know what I'm saying, what Kendrick saying, what he's saying, what he's been doing for the grassroots community. I think the grassroots community just need to keep paying attention and keep just watching everything that's going on, you know, for this upcoming year and years to come. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
I appreciate that. He's right. This is on us. This is on us to really pay attention. This is on us to see what it is and see what's going on, and to stay on these people's necks. It really is on us to do that. It's on us to stay on these people's necks. Because overall, black people, we got to know how powerful we are. Like, this is one of those power moments. This is one of those check the temperature moments of society. To get this level of reaction, from them off of one line. Don't let no white comedian talk about black women, that's law. And here's the crazy part about it. He's not talking about beating people up, shooting white people, getting reparations, taking nothing. That's just a law of the universe. If you think about it, it's man's job to protect our women and to protect our women against the aggressors. And the primary rapist and aggressor on the planet is white men. Andrew Schulz. The people who have put us in the position that we are in right now is white men. And you guys don't get to come over here and play in our community just because our community isn't in the shape it should be in. Your community ain't shit, and we don't talk about your women. I don't go around talking about white women fucking animals. That's probably what your mama did before she had you. It looked like Andrew Schultz's mama fucked an aardvark first. She fucked an aardvark, then she found his daddy somewhere behind a dumpster and shitted him out. That's your community. Black people don't have jokes about white people on meth because we don't really give a fuck about y'all like that. We don't. And overall, shit, we like talking about ourselves. We the fly ones. What the fuck we talking about y'all for? Oh, fake Dinesh D'Souza. We don't even think about y'all women. But why y'all always thinking about ours and us? What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
Okay, I'm calling because the mindset of this white man is what they did to the women and the men in slavery.
Yeah.
And he just showing his face of who he is, a rapist. Talking about raping a black man. So this stuff goes all the way back to slavery and back before that. when the Jews raped women, the white man, and killed them. So yeah, I'm kind of upset. I'm upset about this.
Yeah, it's nothing that we can take lightly, and that's why I think
people like that don't need to be on TV. First of all, this YouTube stuff is getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand. That's why it's on us to check it.
Sit up there and talk about a black man and raping them. So if he can say that, he can say he can rape a black woman.
Right.
And then they sitting up there laughing. All of them need to be locked up just for their comment. That's all I got to say.
I appreciate the call. She said all of them need to be locked up. She ain't lying. She said all of them need to be locked up. Yeah. They're literally sitting here cackling and laughing while this dude is talking about butt fucking another man. Listen to what he's saying. He said, I don't even know if I'll get hard.
There's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well fuck you. There's nothing he can physically do to stop that besides put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe I'll let him choose a position.
Why are you pulling this picture up, Mark? Why are you doing it?
Listen to how graphic he is. Listen to how graphic he is. Hell yeah, that's a slippery slope. Tara? And this is why Kendrick said, don't let no white comedian talk about black women as law. Because maybe on the back of your mind, you want to do this shit you're talking about right now. So yeah. This is what it is. This is what we up against. You got a Puerto Rican on the couch, a white boy, a Pakistani, and another white boy of a different religion. Crying about Kendrick defending black women. And then they put this is the image that they have on screen right now, showing Kendrick next to, I think that's Taylor Swift, Jessica Alba. All them white girls are the same. I don't know if that's Taylor Swift or Miley Cyrus. It's all the same to me. But they're showing a picture of Kendrick, because Kendrick's short. And they're talking about it, and look at how they're looking. They all look like they want a piece of that man. So this goes to show the power that we have. Black folks, this shows the power that we have as a people. All we got to do is defend our women, what any man on earth should do. And see how they cry like bitches. All y'all white boys and white adjacent boys and black adjacent Negroes with dreadlocks, y'all all sound like bitches. I can't wait to see one of these. Man, I ain't going to say that. But I do run across these people whenever I go to the Comedy Store. I generally just don't go on white nights. But if I chose to go to today's a Wednesday, they'd be up there, Comedy Store, the Improv. But I don't really go to the nights because I can't. They were asking me, going back, y'all know the show Kill Tony? When Kill Tony first started at the Comedy Store, I was asked to do it. I wasn't about to know. Then my man David Lucas went and did it, and David Lucas is now worldwide with them white folks. But I'm not willing to subject myself to that bullshit. Everybody got different temperaments. I got the temperament. Going to go do Kill Tony was not worth it, because those weren't the kind of people I wanted to be around. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is E calling from Vegas.
E from Vegas. What's on your mind?
So I want to piggyback off of what Sis just said as far as the buck breaking. So my question is, who is going to make him apologize publicly? Everybody that's FBA, everybody that's standing for, we're Black foundational Americans. Who's going to make him apologize publicly? Because that's what we deserve. This is our chance to shine. Black people, foundational Black Americans. He needs to apologize publicly or else. Period.
Stay with me here. I'm glad you asked that question. But look at the niggas that he's insulated around. This dude.
Who cares?
And Charlemagne the God.
Well.
Charlemagne the God is who he's around. Those are the kind of niggas that's around. Andrew Schulz don't bring himself around anybody that can levy consequences on him. And we don't watch his show.
We gotta find it. We gotta find it. We never know. We gotta find it. Because like you said, we got power. We don't know the power we have. We do have power. So we need to test our power right now. He needs to apologize publicly, and we deserve that as a people. Period.
I hear what you're saying with
Forget
that.
Mr. What's his name? What you call him? Lesser charges. He got his own issues. So, shoot, we can slip in the cracks, and he needs to publicly apologize. That was just my question. Like, this is who's going to make him publicly apologize? Like so many of our brothers have to do publicly. We have to watch them humble themselves and apologize for going too far. And I think that it's our turn to get that same respect.
Well,
that's just my point.
50 Cent probably can, but 50 Cent just invited this dude to do his. The only white dude that did the stand-up comedy dude was 50 Cent. 50 ain't gonna. 50 can easily be like, nah, I'm not gonna put you on the ship. Fuck you. He ain't gonna do it. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Let's keep our
fingers crossed. That should be the question. That should be the question. So let's keep that question going because we are powerful and we need to test our power and prove our power. Whether it's not going to Charlemagne's shows or getting his books or listening to the Breakfast Club, boycotting something at this point. That's where our focus should be so we could demand that respect.
I think the one thing we can do is put pressure on Charlemagne. That's the one thing we can do.
I agree.
Most black people don't, like, we're not nowhere in that white boys ecosystem, but we can put pressure on Charlemagne because he is. Thanks for giving us a call.
Where's the start? Yep. Well, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good one. Like, yeah. That's what my thing is. All eyes on Charlemagne now. That's what Kendrick talking about. Slide up on these niggas, these coons and groomers. And Andrew Schulz is Charlemagne's groomer. Is Charlemagne going to fight back against his groomer? I don't know. Black people don't really listen. Well, cornball niggas listen to him, Andrew Schulz. But black people who have pride amongst ourselves, we don't listen to fucking Andrew Schulz. Those are all the weirdos that hate their own mamas that probably agree with Andrew over Kendrick. The niggas that watch him. What's up, Carter? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Dwan B. This is Jacoby from Portland, Oregon, man.
Jacoby from Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. Hey, man. I just heard what happened through the wire, and I didn't have to hear the whole thing. I heard what that fucker said. Fuck him. And fuck his mama, his whole bloodline, talking that crazy shit. He needs his ass beat, and everybody around him who associate himself with that need their ass whooped. That's so disrespectful. There ain't no way you can make that into a joke. There ain't no way. So there ain't no way. That's highly disrespectful. And see, the problem is not everybody, but we let people get away with this shit for too long, and people just walk around act like they can't get touched. Because see, I grew up. I'm an '80s baby. I'm born in '81, and so I remember.
Greatest year ever. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I remember. If you talking that mess, folks will see you at the basketball court. People will see you at the mall. People will see you in front of your house, catching that fade. But see, folks get on this phone, they get on that computer, they get a little courage juice, They get little courage fingers, and they think they can just do what they want to do. And that's not how it should roll. But hey, to each his own. He thinks he can't get touched. I'm not saying nothing, but you know what it is. But y'all have a blessed day.
Thanks, man. You have a good one.
You too.
Hey, brother made a good point. You said Andrew looks like he called to vandalize. He looked like that guy that Andrew Schulz looks like the guy. Remember the guy that wore that mask in Minnesota that was knocking out windows? That dude did kind of like Andrew Schulz. He did. Yeah. But Andrew Schulz is a product of Andrew Schulz had cousins that fucked somewhere in the last 2 generations. And that's in his blood. So we got to understand that about people like Andrew Schulz. And yeah, we got this the world that we in, black folks. They mad at you for defending your own women. And you got the Indian motherfuckers that's right and the Puerto Rican dudes that are sitting right there cackling and laughing in their own. We got over 1,000 people in here between Twitter and YouTube. Make sure if you're on Twitter, retweet this. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the share button. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
It's Ben out of Detroit.
Ben out of Detroit. What's on your mind?
Hey, man, you know that motherfucker done got his booty hole blasted, bro. You can look at him and tell, bro. Any motherfucker that speak that way, and then you sitting around, people, and I doubt if there's any FBA motherfuckers that will put up with that shit. You know what I mean? So it's only dudes that's around him that's gonna accept that. Ain't no real motherfucker gonna accept that shit. You know?
Yeah. You got a whole bunch of motherfuckers who's when they go take a shit, that shit shaped like a soda can. Cause they shit blown ahead. You got them kind of niggas around them. All day.
Yeah, he a degenerate. He look like one with that fucking mustache, man. So, yeah, man, Kendrick stand on business. You know, they mad at the man is about his business. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But yeah, somebody will catch his ass slipping and tighten him up real good.
Hey. Thanks for giving us a call, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
Yeah. See, this is what real black music is. You see how we offending people? That's how we supposed to be as black people. We supposed to be offensive. These other groups should not feel discomfortable around us. Groups that are that comfortable talking about raping black men and talking about black women. Anybody that feels that way should never feel comfortable around us. This is how you know the music in Kendrick's album and what Kendrick is doing is going in the right direction. It's offending people like Drake, who's a black when it's convenient half nigga. It's offending people like Andrew Schulz. We are on the right path. We are on the right path. Keep offending black people. Keep offending, no pretending. You dig? But I got to get up out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining us. Go to breakthroughcards.com, go to dewanb.com. And we powerful people. And we also looking at Charlemagne. Charlemagne, we looking at you, brother. You on the clock. That's your boy. Your boy wants the right to talk about black women, Charlemagne. And just spend a long time on his show fighting for his right to talk about black women and rape black men that he feels is too small. Don't talk that shit around me, Andrew Schulz. I'm 6'2". See how it works? I gotta go smoke some reefer now. I'm about to be out, but y'all have a good one. And remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. I'll holler at y'all later on. Oh, tomorrow at 12:30, I'm gonna be on Thought Crimes. One of my favorite channels, Thought Crimes. I'm gonna be on Thought Crimes tomorrow at 12:30 Pacific time. So I'm gonna put some clips up, but I doubt that I do a show here tomorrow because I got some important meetings all in the morning and in the afternoon. But I will be on Thought Crimes tomorrow, and I'll be back with y'all on Friday. Okay, we'll be back, and I'll see y'all Friday on this channel. Holler at me tomorrow over on Thought Crimes. All right, y'all have a good one.